Hello, this is Gabriel and Icon of the Charity Medical Foundation. Today, June 22nd, a little late, I would like to cover my presentation today uh, regarding a very crucial topic that addressed an invisible battle, spiritual battle, paranormal battle, eternal battle that actually control everything that we do spiritually, physically, as well as emotionally. So I would like you to bear with me. I might not cover too long interval into this presentation, about 1 hour or 1 hour and 30 minutes maybe. I will stop there, but there will be very important information that I'll be covering today anyway. So the topic of my presentation actually will be the internal battle between the Holy Trinity and the anti-Trinity. The Holy Trinity is actually the 777 and the anti-Trinity is 666. So I'll be talking about that. I also will be covering our health. I also always have a topic about that, environment, as well as critical thinking, logic of critical thinking and system thinking theory. Right, all related to the source, to the eternal power, which is God. Okay, so let's start. Before further ado, I would like to say Guten Morgen, Guten Tag, good afternoon, good morning, good evening to people around the world. Bonjour, bonsoir to everyone, tout le monde, à travers le monde entier. And I can actually introduce myself as Senor Gabriel Dicon of a Charity Medical Foundation and International Trade Incorporated. Bienvenido, bienvenue to my presentation. Welcome, everyone. To add to this, before I start, peace, shalom, and salam. Now, like I always do, I always start with fun. Okay, I was actually watching the commercial again, and the guy was saying, "What is in your wallet?" But he was putting the credit card in his pocket, actually saying that, I have the money there, it's my pocket. So when he was saying that on TV, something popped up in my mind and saying, actually, what is in my wallet is actually what is in your pocket, but -1. Because you have capital 1, -1 is capital 0. So I have capital 0 in my wallet, and actually I used to put it on one of the pocket of my vest like you do, but I have some hold on it, so it fell off. So it became capital 0. So if you don't mind too, so I can borrow your capital 1 that you put in your pocket of your costume. You seem to have a lot of it. Very, very funny people. Crazy commercial. That is all good. Moving forward. That's very, very awesome. Appreciate it. As far as I know, every single one of us is guilty in a court of self-reflection. You know what I call self-reflection? I mean, if you go out there on the street and start interviewing every single person, there's something that they will not be happy about. Do you like that neighbor? No. You always talk to him and smile. I do it just because, you gotta be kind of, rude, I really don't like him. There are many people like that. If you can read their heart, you'll find out. So for every single one of us, from self-reflection, we are all guilty. The only thing that saves us is the law, the Constitution, which is was there to maintain peace. I mean, about approximately to protect people. The Constitution to protect people and everyone around. I was running today. I run, 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 I run. And there's a guy who was saying he's liking me. He doesn't have any respect to me. Respect. And I just said to him, who really have respect? Do you really have respect for the person who created you? He was not able to respond to my question. None of us have respect to the person who created us. So who deserves respect? No single one of us. I'm walking on the street, somebody say, nothing that you're gonna do will work. You will be nothing. And I said to him that if you treat me like nothing, how do you gonna treat the person who's gonna die? It take him like a couple seconds to think about what I just said. We are all nothing. Because tomorrow we're gonna be 6 foot under. That's the music of life. Oh, that's very funny. Now, before I go further, I want to add something here to say there to all the people that I'm not shy or try not to talk to people, but I'm a man on the mission. I'm a man on mission. I mean, when I go to run, I go to run. I don't go to run and stop. Hey, how you doing? Stop my momentum running. I don't go there to do that. If you wanted to talk to me, you wait until I get done with my business. Because when I was gonna stop, how you doing? And all this conversation gonna come up and up and up and up, and I'm gonna miss on my business. Or you want me to look like you? That I cannot put one foot forward. Your plan has failed. I'm a man on a business. And I go there and run. Alright? Oh man. That's a lot of people. In life you have to live to witness a lot of stuff. Too many comedy around. I'm not interested to be a leader of a city or something. What I'm interested is to be a servant for people, serving people the way I like. In life, I learned that you gotta do what you like, what you feel happy from within. Even if you don't earn enough, but you have the happiness inside, that's what is more important. In today, I want to go straight forward into the topic, the main core of this presentation. We have all lost touch with the Holy Divine God. Today, people don't think about it, but I do. People say that they have had suffering in their life, and I look at them and just smile. If people can picture the kind of life I had in my life since I was in the age of consciousness, many people will be crying. But there's no reason of distancing yourself away from the person who created you. I have people who during the entire week they don't think about the creator, but on Sunday they go to church, which is okay, but they are surprised when the prayer is not too much efficient. There's one reason for it, and that reason is very simple, and I'm gonna make it practical. Let's say you have a friend, and you have a relative, or you have somebody that you know, and then suddenly you don't get a regular meeting with the person for 1 month or 2 months, and one day you show up and just want the person to help you. This is realistically illustrated. So you go to the person and say, I want your help. The person is going to say to you, I haven't seen you for 2 months. So you show up and you expect me to help you right away? Yeah, he gonna tell you to. The probability of helping you will be very small. The likelihood of helping you will be very, very minor. Very, very, very small like this. Maybe 0.0001. And if he's a very kind person, he's gonna say to you, I'll let you know what I can do. That's if he's a kind person. If he's not, he's gonna tell you, I can do it. Okay? So because when he's gonna say to you, I'll let you know, if I can do it, what I can do. I mean, he's gonna step back and think about it and try to do some analysis about your personality, your persona, before helping you. It's the same thing with God. You disappear and then suddenly you show up, and you put him in a closet for 1 week and appear on Sunday, because the Bible says rest on Sunday and go to church, and there you go. Church is good. Church is actually the manifestation of the celebration of your personal relationship with him. But many people who goes there don't have that personal relationship. That personal relationship is based on a constant contact to prayer, constant contact to prayer, that you got to do. You got to do every single day, every single week. The people don't do it. They wake up and believe if God don't speak to them, it means that everything they're doing is right because everything is going well in their life. Now that's not the case. Actually, let me tell you, suffering is actually a spiritual growth. People who suffer are actually ascending spiritually. The trial that you have in your life through suffering will lead you to glorification, to glory, if you don't give up. Because through that trial, you're gonna raise faith. Faith gonna rise from within. That faith gonna bring you into the path of endurance and perseverance and tenacity. And through that tenacity and endurance and perseverance, You're going to build a proven character. Proven character, something that will change, that will be seen, a transformed life. A transformed life. Remember, as specified before about sanctification process, is this step that I'm mentioning cover all of that. That proven character will come from that sanctification process. But the way I put it here is more philosophical. It means it's kind of less religiously said, so that he does address every single person in this world. So you're gonna have that proven character build, and that proven character will lead you to a meaningful life, a life that have a hope, and that hope gonna fulfill your life, so you will not have an empty life. Therefore, you reach an eternal fruitfulness in this visible or the invisible life, invisible world. You will be rewarded from the divine being who control the universe. You acquired wisdom and spiritual strength to achieve God's eternal purpose. That's the reason why I will say again, difficulties lead to spiritual growth. Difficulties are not curse. Difficulty will lead to challenge your inner self so that you can strengthen your faith and build that intuition, that intelligence of yours that is in your body dormant, inside of you dormant. Or like I said before, people are more linked into the materialistic world, the world in which they see the strength to what they can hold or what they can put their hand on. If somebody don't have $1 million in bank account or don't have a better paying job, it means that he doesn't have any place in the society. That's not true. That should not be true, even if that's the reality. But that's not the truth. The truth is that you know the truth. That's the truth. And what is the truth actually? Is knowing that in your life you have placed God in, and through God your life start having a meaning. And when your life have a meaning, your life have a purpose. And when your life have a purpose, you have a hope. And when you have hope, you don't have an empty life. You're going to have a fulfilled life. And then that fulfilled life will bring you to something better. But you just have to stay tenacious. It's not an easy thing. You know what I'm saying? But there's also no choice. Well, either you're going to choose the path in which you will not have an eternal resolve, or you're going to choose the path in which you're going to have an eternal resolve. The battle has been going on since the millennium BC, the third millennium BC. after the birth of Adam. It's the birth creation of Adam. The problem starts. He was made the man. The perfect one. And God have to put the soul on him so that he can start looking beyond his own imagination. God put the soul on him so that he can become a self-creator. He can start thinking how to create, self-discovery. He can start discovering frontier above, beyond what he can see. Start looking up. That's the reason why God put the soul on him that is connected to his spirit. That link him to the word, the macro word. So God created all that and put it on. So Adam is there. Lucifer is not too happy about what's happening. He's not happy because he's an angelic power. He was a benevolent. Now he said today is a benevolent person, but it's not. He make you happy for a couple short period of time, and after that, the payment that you have to pay back to him is very vicious. So that's not benevolent activity. He says a benevolent angel. He's not a benevolent angel. That's the reason why they call him a liar. Benevolent angel is an angel that serves you and don't ask anything back from you. He comes with compassion, true compassion, and eternal service for good. So the point here is that he come, very calm, not too happy, powerful angel, bearing the light, the most trusted, one of the most trusted in the eyes of God, to lead future projects that God have put in place. But the only thing that God requested from him was to be obedient. But he didn't want that. He wanted to be like God. He wanted to take God's place. Okay? So that is the reason beyond the eternal battle that we are mixed up in between. So the plan of Lucifer is to make sure that the work of God don't go forward. He wanted to steal the show of God. He steal it. We are here, we are acting. We are against each other. We think that it's us. It's not us. It's Lucifer doing his work. The force behind that we cannot see are the force that derive everything that can be seen. The unseen force is what make what is seen to be manifested. We have been like a ball that they're playing with. But we don't know that. They're playing the game behind. And I'll say again, if you don't like a person and you say that loud within you or in your thought, and you have a response that say you have a right to hate him, trust me, if that sentence say you have a right to hate him and doesn't say but you must forgive and have a compassionate heart and approach toward this issue, you have to know that that voice didn't come from God. That voice came from Satan himself, from Lucifer himself. So don't think that, well, because I say this, I'm okay. I mean, God said to me, yeah, I'm fine. I can hate the person. That's not the voice of God. That is your self conscience. Try to make your conscience seem right because you wanted to fulfill the ego. That's the reason why they call in the flesh. But in the flesh, God will never come to tell you to hate anyone or to hurt someone. That's not God. That's Lucifer doing his work because he wanted to distract you. So they're doing the work behind the scene, turning people against, accessing people's soul, and make them act the way they're supposed to act, to turn them against each other so that they can move the agenda on. But we don't know that. The influencing your thought, the influencing your thought and make you react in a different way. Eternal battle. Every single thing that is up there in heaven, Satan did the same duplicate down there. Come after you. If you don't work hard, start reconnecting with the true Trinity, you have problems to improve that relationship with the divine being. And that's exactly what Lucifer wants people to do, to distance themselves away from God. Things gonna go worse and worse. Things will not be better in our existence. Do you know the reason why? Because Lucifer will be coming stronger and stronger. Try to make his mark. It will be through technology. We're saying that today we have technology. Wait 25 years or 50 years from today, you'll be very stunned. There will be technology. There will be pure technology. He will come with everything he got to the end. Turn people against. At this moment, when you go when you belong, to hell, you have that stamp that it puts on you, sometime on your forefront of your head, 666. You're gonna go there in hell. You see a lot of people with those stamps. Why did they put those stamps on them? Why do the people over there put the stamp on them? 666. And that stamp, you can take it off. It's through your skin. It's like a tattoo. 666. It means the first 6 is the anti-God, which is Lucifer himself. The second 6 will be the Antichrist. And the third will be the anti-spirit. You understand? Anti-spirit, a good liar, acting like a messenger, like a prophet, but actually it's not. Trying to converge people through him and away from God ideology, principle, and standard. So that's exactly what the 666, the anti-Trinity, mean. Then you see, as time goes, the world will be divided in region, and you have region controlled by those 10 leaders. And those 10 leaders will have the duty to report to one person, who will be the Antichrist. And his power will be stronger because Lucifer will be living inside of him. So it is important for us to know the battle that is going behind the scene. And that battle is coming. It's already in this world, but it is within certain specific organizations, secret organizations. The world will be till his return. And during his return, there will be an initial 7 year coming back that I saw in one of the vision, and that was actually the rapture. And then after that, everyone that are the follower of Christ, who follow up with him in the sky, in the atmosphere, that's actually in the first heaven. And then he returned for the tribulation, in which it will be very, a big battle between the saints who are over there and the demon here. So we have to make sure that we get ready, even if we're not going to be here. We'll be gone. There will be a different generation, different way of thinking. They're going to have advanced technology they're going to be far, far, far distant from God. And that's the truth. People will be far distant from God. Technology will be their reference. Technology. Some of the technology are made coming from the world below. Some are made when you call up over there. Actually as the source. The battle between the 666 and 777 is a real battle. When you have the guy very strong and powerful that that actually come in a game and do his work. And I'm asking to people that there is no two way to go forward with the invisible world. We live in a micro world. The word above, the word of God, is a word that is bigger, larger, very bigger than this world. We are microscopic. They are macroscopic. And that's the reason we have to comprehend that. Because there's no man, no single person that will solve that battle except the Holy Trinity. So when the Holy Trinity is there looking at you, you gotta do your part. You gotta to pray. You gotta to come up hard every single day and pray so that you can boost that faith. You can give them something that proves your commitment. It is very important. So if you do believe that you don't have a better relationship with the Holy Trinity, you have to build up that relationship starting today, because you don't know. Let's say you don't going to be alive tomorrow. Where will you go? Ask you that question. You have to think about that. The money, the big life is good, but even with God, you can still get it, depending on how your life was made before you came in here. So, before we came in here, we were with Him in the spirit, and we descended here in the flesh. And He used the soul to make us think above ourselves, but to also be compassionate, humble, and good people with high standard and good morality. So I am talking today because we have in many of the sign, everything that happened in the world, we always think that is somebody who's involved, someone have done something before, before that happened. No, it happened because it was meant to happen. It was meant to happen that way. That's the reason why it did happen. It didn't happen because of somebody went there and did something. Yeah, certain people do certain crazy stuff. So the victory will be, or should be, among those who believe. You believe in the Holy Trinity, you will come out victorious. If you don't, you will not be victorious. So let's work together as a team. Right away, before I go further, I have two different equations that I finally got with all the units and everything. Knowledge is the accumulation of information acquired from experience of life or education. That's knowledge. Intelligence is the quality of applying the knowledge that you have. Intelligence, the ability of applying the knowledge that you have. And intuition is the ability of responding quicker to a problem or a situation without using conscious reasoning. So somebody with a high scope of faculty, high scope faculty, can have an ability of applying his knowledge very well. So you have a better intuition, your intelligence will be a little bit higher, because if you can apply to a problem instantaneously, to an instantaneous manifester, you are put in a class of those who have a more higher ability or high level of knowledge. And that's completely true. So it is the reason why I work on this equation that I call the equation of knowledge. How do this equation will help people moving forward? Because I got to give you reason for it. It will help people to boost their intelligence. It means the ability of using the information that they do know. And create other possibility. and with that intuition of responding instantly to a problem or situation without the use of the conscience, mind, you have a good intuition. So, like I said before, I spoke to people. I will be posting this in a very secure, private, uh, also copyright protected before it get published. The equation of knowledge, it will help people to define the inner self, derive the inner knowledge, and bring that up and use it to change and transform people's life. Remember, the reason why God sent us here in this earth, the reason why the Creator sent people here in this earth is for them. It's for one purpose: discover the inner ability, discover the inner self strength, and use it for the benefit of the universe. So, the equation of knowledge I created is a true equation. I did all the calculation, everything, including the units and the international standards. How it will be called, the unit for it is fine. It will help the future generation to think pretty much like computer, because that's what's going to be used. That's what's going to be used, because the people, the technology that this Lucifer going to be bringing moving forward, people will be like computers. So those who are going to be believing in God, they're going to have to tap into the inner ability to match those challenges. That's where this equation will come in place. It serves into now to boost your intuition. Or you start tapping into that inner knowledge and start having a reflect of that knowledge. You become the person that God wanted you to become. You start synchronizing well with the universe. So I say that it was equal to the speed of light square. That's a generic equation, plus the internal energy multiplied by time. The internal energy is the energy that's prepared by your inner soul, your inner self, tapping into the infinite intelligence, the cosmic intelligence, the divine intelligence. Now, when you start stratifying, going in deep for that equation, actually, I'll start with the speed of light in a vacuum. The speed of light in a vacuum is the speed of light where there's no air, where the index of refraction is equal to 1. So the speed of light in a vacuum is equal to 3 times 10 to the power 8 meter per second through approximation. So when that speed of light comes from the vacuum, it will enter another medium. When it enter another medium, they call it the medium, the air. It enter the air, there will be a reflection and there will be a refraction. Certain proportion of the light ray will go in, certain portion or proportion of the light will reflect. But you more worry about what is going through, because that's what's going to be used. So to define the speed of light in that medium, you're going to have to divide the speed of light from the vacuum by the index of the refraction which is equal to 1, the index of refraction of the air is 1.0003. It will give you approximately, in approximation, 2.99 times 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Now, when you derive that speed of light in the air, now we live in the air, we live where the air is, so that speed of light will come into your eyes, and when it goes to your eyes, that light will go first into your lens, and your lens, your natural lens, have an index of refraction which is equal approximately to 1.41. So you're going to have to divide the speed of light of the air by that index of refraction to find the speed of light in the lens. Now, when you have the speed of light in the lens, you're going to have to find the speed of light inside any other matter after the lens, which is in the brain. It means you're going to have to divide that speed of light in the lens by the index of refraction for any other particle behind the lens, and that index of refraction is pretty much equal to the index of refraction of light inside the water, because we are made up of water. Pretty much most of our cells are made of water. So you're going to divide it by 1.33, which is the index of refraction for any other nanoparticle beyond the lens, and that will give you the final speed of light inside the brain. So that equation was not too easy like people think. And because I have to develop that equation to find the exact speed of light that's supposed to be used. Or either you can use the equation of by multiplying the index of refraction of each medium by the sinuses of the angle that is formed with the horizontal, with the vertical, going to each single medium. But you can only do that if you can derive the angle and just don't know the index of refraction. But in this case, I already gave you the approximation of the index of refraction in a vacuum, which is 1 air, 1.00003, in a lens, 1.41, and any other matter after the lens, 1.33. So you don't have to find the angle. You can also do that if you want. So the speed of light square will give you meter square over second square. Now you're going to add to it the internal energy. The internal energy applied into devices are matter. We are matter. We are also matter. We are made of matter. We are made out of atoms. We are made out of markers. We are made out of energy. What bring the atoms, what bring us together, to be really realistic, are the force of light, which is electricity and magnetism. All of all the organs that we have are made out of DNA molecules, and they are all polarized strand or helix that compose the tissue, the DNA molecules, then the tissues, the tissue organs. They are all polarized, attracting each other to the magnetism influences factor. So the speed of light that we have, the internal energy, the internal energy will be equal to internal energy that you can find in in any other matter, which will be calculated in joule. It means will be proportional to the distance square, proportional to the mass of the person, and inversely proportional to the time square. So it will be equal to meter square times kilogram over second square, which is equal to joule. There will be focus on using the meter square times the kilogram over second square. So when you add both of them, you have the common denominator, second square, and it will give you a new unit of knowledge, which is equal to the meter square. In parentheses, you have kilogram plus 1 over a second, which is completely normal. It means the knowledge is proportionally related directly to the distance, as well as directly related proportional to the mass of the person plus a constant one divided by time. And I decided to give that a unit, not in my name, because I'm nothing. I'm going to die tomorrow. I don't know. Well, I don't want to stay in vain for helping us. I want to put God first. So I gave the name for that unit equal to n theta. It's going to be n theta. Abbreviation is going to be big I and small a. It means the beginning of n theta, which is I, and the end of n theta, which is a. And n theta came from intuition, and that's the reason why I start doing the definition. It comes from intuition, so it will be in a scale of n theta. So the level of knowledge they're going to be measuring will be 1 n theta, or 2 n theta, or 3 n theta. So it means you have 1 n theta, which is equal to what? To 1 meter square parenthesis kilogram plus 1 over 1 second. And I will be working with researcher, and I'll work this up, and I will save it very closely. It will be copyright protected. Anyone who will copy this will be sued for $1 billion. I'm not kidding here. And I'll put it more safely, and I will publish it on my website shortly, by the end of next week. It took me years to think about this and develop that simple equation that you think is very simple, because I heard people say it was simple, but it's not too simple as you guys think, the way I develop it here. Now, beside that, I also discover the equation of the life expectancy of human being. I was talking about this equation for a long time, but I was trying to derive an equation in a mathematical expression that would generalize the concept from 100 year to now. Why do I choose 100? 100 because a human being is scale. The existence of one human being after the scene is measured in an interval between 0 year to 100 year. Everyone who passes 100 year is considered pretty much as an outlier when you start summarizing data of survival analysis. Even in heaven is the same way. They measure you within 100, even if they know that you might not reach it, or some people might reach it, but even go beyond it. So I find that equation, and actually that equation is giving me a maximum that is a little bit beyond the 100. So it means that people will be able to live longer and longer if they acquire knowledge, which is actually that first equation that I gave. It means people are going to have to start tapping into the inner ability, start finding that inner energy that is within them to boost that knowledge and have a good faculty of intuition and to have a very high intuitor. So that's how I call it. I didn't call it a decon or something like that. No, I call it intuitor. I put God first because it's through God that I have. This comes from my intuition. It have nothing to do with using my knowledge. It's something within. Okay. So now the equation that I find, it took me time to think about this equation. I started 100 BC, AD. It means 100 AD, right? Just an example. An example. Jesus Christ was born in year 14, right? He died at the age of 33. Died at the age of 33. If you add 33 to 14, it gave you something like 47, year 47. Is that correct, right? Yep, that's what it gave you. Year 47. Just want to make sure about that. So when you take the last, I put out the first 3, which is 3 in his time, and you measure that within 100, because that's the life expectancy that you can give to a person within 100. And you take 33. You take any year corresponding to one, let's say 114. Take 114. Let's say he have lived into 100, let's say 14. You give that example. What age it should have been? It should have been, if you put 33 here, and then you do that 114 minus 33, it will give you something like you put one, you have 3 years, you got 1 right here, and you have 91, 81 year old. So if you take even 200, it will be the same thing. I made that equation based on this existing time, 2014, going backward in time, with the common purpose of having the same number. That is the key here, having the same number for every single person who have existed since the 1st century to this millennium. You have the same number, 114. And then moving forward from now onward, it will be +1 year. But the way I made that equation, you don't have to do +1. You just have to put the equation, the mathematical expression, and you have that number exact moving forward into the end of time. I heard people who say that when I stay in my house I sleep. I'm pretty sure they're very convinced that this guy been working like freaking Einstein. He's probably crazy right now. He's talking crazy stuff, but it's not crazy stuff. You realize what I'm saying here? You take one person who was born in this millennium and you take his age, you translate his age to any other year, even in year 100. You translate also the years. You take my time. I was born in 1979. So if you put 79, the 2 digit of 79, and then you put the age, my age, with respect to the year, to the present year, you'll be 35. So if you add 79 plus 35, it will give you 114. If you bring me back to the millennium 1000, and let's say this millennium we in was 1014, just take an example, 1014. This equation that I made is a good discovery. You go back to year 1014, and I was born in 979. That's the millennium 1000. I was born in 979. You're going to have the same number. You take any single person, 179, and the year, the actual year is 1014. It will give you 114. If you bring me back, you bring me to the first century. I was born in year 79, and we're going back to the first century. It's still gonna give you, and then the year that we in when we're doing the calculation is 114. It's still gonna give you 114. You take anyone, take your age and do that calculation. If you take me in the future, I just went to the back I went into the past. I dwell into the future. Now I am exploring. I dwell into the present. Now I am exploring the future. Let's go back. Let's go to the future now. If you bring me to the millennium 3000, I was born in 2000. Yeah, 2979. So you add 1 millennium into this current, to our current millennium. That's the millennium 3000, and we are in a year 3014, and I was born in 2979. Do that equation. It's still gonna give you 114. So you take any single person, they will give you that number. So the point here is that based on this specific time, this time is our reference. If we move next year, it will move to 1 year, and any other reference will be based in this specific time. because this time is moving forward, and the reference can only be based in our specific time. So if you do the last 2 digits of your year plus the actual age based, with respect to your year, equal to 100, which is the number of years in which a person is expected to live, plus the sum of I equal to the century or the millennium of all I from 100 or from 2000 to 114 or 2014, which is the century of the year that you live in, or the millennium of the year that you live in. You're going to have that exact number for all centuries and millennium, past, present, and future. So people might have the possibility of living longer and longer in time if they take care of themselves very well, if they have the knowledge, if they boost their knowledge more higher. So that's what I've been doing. That is a very good thing to people to know. People will say, how did that help me? Yeah, it's very important to know that a person can live up to 114 years. So, but you have to remember that we are part of that plane of game that is played between in the invisible world that we cannot see. You see that Satan is there working harder, try to destroy the people. He's there working hard, try to destroy people behind the scene and making sure that everyone is acting the way he wants us to act. Create distraction. We are part of that invisible world that we don't know. Hateism do not exist in God's agenda. If you believe that you're hating someone or you're saying to someone, we don't want you, you're not part of the society, that is not God. Principle, standard law, that's not God. That is not God. In God's word, the soul is pure. The person is clean. The person is holy. You have to be pure 1000%. You have to remove your thought from darkness. Because that negativity that we have is like when in our society today, when they see you work for men, the only thing they can think is that you're gay, or you are this and that. But that's actually not you thinking that way. It's Lucifer actually giving you those negative thoughts. That was actually the beginning of the sins. People don't even remember. Well, they read the Bible, they don't understand. When Adam and Eve start having those negative influences, the darkness, start adding darkness into the well-being. When Lucifer started telling them, when Lucifer embedded that other primer who knew, called the serpent. In the first language it was called the serpent, but the serpent in the first language actually means magician. In the first language he was called the serpent. The serpent in the first language is called magician. So he was able to do the stuff like the Holy Spirit can do. But remember that Lucifer will be able to do the same thing because he was given the authority and power by the first creation, by the first people in which God put the trust in. So in addition to that authorization that was given, Lucifer still have the same power that God gave him, because God didn't take it away. To do some miracle that people might start thinking, how that's the one we were waiting for. So when God, when Adam and Eve said, we found out that we were naked, God said to them, who told you that you were naked? When you translate that to their word, where every time people see a scene, you have to interpret it. The thing that God is asking you, who told you that those two people are gay? Have you seen it? No. That's the point. That's how we are. The degree of our sin is too immense. You're going to see an angel coming, and an angel be in your side. The angel might be a male. They don't have that in their mind. But when people start thinking that is actually the same, that is actually Adam and Eve right there. So what makes us different from them that we can think we should have done different? No, we should have done the same thing like they did. So actually, I don't even blame them, because I don't see the difference between them and us. The problem was not Adam and Eve. The problem is the pursuit of our flesh, of our ego. The problem is probably the way we create, the essence of our creation. That body with the blood on it. That is the problem. And then the complexity of our brain. When I say complexity of our brain, it means that our brain became too much independent and thinking in all directions, and become very difficult to control. And that was the main problem, and that's why I bother it today. When you see somebody doing stuff, and then it doesn't compare with your own thoughts, and you have to imagine stuff. And who told you that? Where did that come from? Why do you have to think that way? Yes, there's evil in this world, but we all have to go with the facts, Lucifer told you, well, he's giving you power, he's giving you order. No one is giving order to him. He wants you to respect him. He doesn't have to respect anyone. You have to do what he's supposed to do. He doesn't have to do anything from anyone. The point is, do you have any facts about it? No, you just heard. It's because they told you. So that's the first thing you gotta do. You don't have stuff like that in your mind. You are pure and clean. You're pure and clean. I might be looking at someone. I might be looking a newborn. I might be looking a kid. You don't know what I'm thinking. I might be thinking the purity. I might be seeing someone who's gonna grow and become somebody. you there start thinking evil stuff. Why you want to think evil stuff? Because I'm done there, I have to continue start thinking how I'm gonna create something like this equation. Maybe I have to see how people are acting to enhance that last solution that I was looking for. You don't have no clue. I might be even looking the person, but I'm not actually looking the person. I'm actually, my eyes are there, but my mind is somewhere else. You know, that's the problem. That's the problem with us in our society. We are more linked into such negativity that people link it to the experience. And yes, of course, there was also evil stuff going around during the Adam and Eve stuff. There was not a reason for them to listen or to procrastinate about the truth. So it is the reason why you have to tap into your inner self, into your inner ability, and get in contact once again with the divine intelligence, with the source, with the power. Because this is what, when Lucifer come into your life, come harder, he will create problems in families, having more divorce, having more adulteries, having more necklaces, and all kind of stuff. That is his work. But you're gonna say what God is letting that happen? No, it's because somehow, somewhere, we have a lot to do with what's happening. Because at a certain point, we have a choice, and we made some choice. We made some choice, and many things that's happening in our world today, all of us are part of it. We have made decisions that lead into it, somehow, directly or indirectly. Every single person. Because there's one thing. The devil will not do anything into this world if we do not exist. If we do not exist. If God take today our word out, he will not have any more work to do, because he can go in heaven and start attacking people there. He doesn't have any access. The only place he have access is earth. It's earth, and he have access to earth. So he gonna attack people. He gonna go after people, damage people's life, make people kill each other, and create more new diseases, and create disturbances, and famines, and poverty, and around the world, and make people poor and poor, and create violence. You're going to live in a world where people believe only in themselves, and don't more less compassion among people. That's how the world gonna go more and more. Less compassion among people, and people are gonna be more self focused. That's your problem, very much indirectly. You know, you're gonna be like you have a world where you have people talking, but when the real problem, the real time come to really pushing some, they'll disappear because they all want you in their deeds, and that's exactly what Lucifer want. Because they all want you down, they all want you, if you really look in history, it was not like that before. It changed, and it will be worse and worse. So that's the reason why you have to tap into the person who created you. We're going to give you the inner peace and inner ability of knowledge of right to solve any kind of problem. Any problem that we have in this earth today is linked to the spiritual world. Environmental problems, public health problems, economical problems, political problems, religious problems, family problems, personal problems, they are all linked into the spiritual manifesta that go in the invisible world. People don't know that. I was talking a couple of days ago to a professor, and I was telling him how there is no such thing like coincidence. Take a simple object, any form, throw that object into the air, any location, that object gonna go up and bound, left, right, up, down, but it will land at a specific angle with another surface. It means an angle that can be measured and give you a normal quantum value, a concise, precise quantum value. I say concise and precise. You're gonna have an angle formed between that object that you didn't measure. You just send it in the air. No control. You jump down, up and down, and land in a specific angle that a person can measure. I mean, they can come here, come there, put a measurement device and get an angle. Just to let you know, there's no such thing like coincidence. Because you have a perfect angle form from something that you have not predicted. So there's no such thing like coincidence. Things don't happen by chance of luck. Things happen because it was meant to happen. It was already written. And that's the reason we have to be more spiritual today, to understand what we cannot comprehend in the natural, the materialistic world. You have people here, they have problems that they can't confer into their own understanding or reasoning. And the only way to interpret it is that it's mystical or is magical somehow. You see, this is the point. I can start talking about this equation right here, and somebody out there will say, maybe this guy's crazy. This is stuff I don't get. What is it? But a person who have the normal knowledge, who have the sufficient knowledge, will say, this is very interesting. This is actually what I was missing in what I was doing. Let me contact this guy so he can explain to me how he came up with something like this. So That's the reason we have to tap into that source, into that energy that is there available. We're gonna go after each other. We're gonna try to make sure that every single person, one of us, go down. The environment is important to be protected. Like I said before, I say it again, there's a big correlation between our environment and our health. Either you have a an infectious disease, either you have a cardiovascular disease, or either you have a condition, a physical condition that do not allow you to do certain tasks. Beside an accident, which is a physical damage that you occur from a severe impact with another material during energy exchange from momentum collisions. Because when you collide with another matter, you have an exchange of energy, and the impact is manifested through injury, because you have the mass and the velocity and the speed involved in both body, in both matter involved into the impact. Okay, but beside that, any other disease are linked into toxins consumption. The toxin consumption is what actually lead a person to a disease. We just have to make sure that we comprehend that any disease can be cured. But I have one advice, which is, I believe I did all my analysis, logic of thinking, system thinking theories, and I came up with something for any disease in this world, for any treatment that can be applied. The application of lifestyle transformation will play a very, very, very crucial impact into the curability of any condition. You have the cure for a specific disease, and you get it cured if you don't change your lifestyle to promote better preventive approaches to improve that lifestyle. You still going to regain the same condition and go to the same process of caring again. So the best way, beside the curability, beside the drugs that are put in place to cure a disease, beside the medicine, we have to implement the preventive intervention approach, which is the transformation, the change of the lifestyle, the improvement of the lifestyle, It's very important. You improve your lifestyle, any disease can be cured. Either it's diabetics, either it's cancer, either it's any other disease. It is a lifestyle transformation. You transform your lifestyle, you cure the disease. You transform your lifestyle, you cure the disease. You transform the lifestyle, you cure the disease. You transform the lifestyle, you're gonna cure the disease. It's very simple, and I realize that. I mean, this you. It is very logical in all end. Now, even though that many countries cannot afford the reduction of carbon dioxide, carbon emission into the air, you know, the best we can do is to assure that certain policy and program are put in place to minimize carbon emission and put more proficiency and emphasis in the use of renewable energy, more recyclable, and with less damages into the environment. If we can do that, that would be a plus for a earth health transformation, and protect the movement of revolution, which indeed will assist into the global transformation of people lifestyle. God, the source, the power is what gave. Is the one who give. Is also the one who can take away. You cannot challenge the natural process. God gave you something. No one else can come and take it away from you other than Him. So I am very, very, very a fan of comprehending God and fearing Him, in a sense of respecting certain logical principles that we do believe should be followed to be close to Him. So it's very important. Therefore, if you wanted to explore that feature, we have to form spiritual leaders and population and people who will be able to bring up that motivation into other people, to let them discover that inner potential, that inner self, that will transform everyone's life, that will make everyone be able to reconnect once again with the source. Trust me. I know we are all taking with what we like to do, money, self innovation, try to be the most intelligent, try to be uh, the person out there, the person that do everything, the person, we don't have time. But let me tell you, at the end, when you really look, if you're a wise person who don't deny certain stuff, you realize that there is a power above your power, or above your persona or personality that you build. So you cannot build such personality and reach a certain level of life and believe that there's nobody that's above, that control their life and making you be whatever you are. You wake up in the morning, you wake up you go to sleep at night, and you wake up in the morning. It's not because you're stronger or because you have the better care. Yes, indeed, those things, those stuff count to increase your likelihood. But at the end, the true healer is the person who sent you here in this earth. That person decide he wants to take you with you. He wants to take you with him, or take you back. He'll take you back. Lucifer cannot do a resurrection or revival of a person's soul. He can't do it. He doesn't have that faculty. So the only person who will keep you alive is the person who sent you here. Everything that you possess, everything that you have, it's not because you're the most intelligent person, the most brighter person, the most strongest person, but it's because it was written in your chart. And every single person have all those cycles in which you have good time, bad time, medium time, extremely good time, every single one of his creation. So we have to work harder, we have to stay tenacious to succeed and move forward. As God is moving forward, God don't look back, he's moving forward. He look back just to laugh, just to see, for us how improvement can be made. But overall, very good. We have the people who protect us. They protect us. You have 18 for the earth, 18 for the fire, 18 for the water, and 18 for the air. That work was done spiritually. So there's nothing that must With fear, when people have faith, you have faith, many things can happen and can happen easier, right? More quicker. That's right. A lot of presentation, a lot of typo and stuff. It's all good. I'll be wrapping up very soon. So the only thing I'm asking the people is to know that evil exists, is to make sure that they know that the differences, the fight, the envy, the jealousy, the conflict that people have into this world is because the plan that are put in place by Lucifer to make sure that many people stay down, and that there's no future for those people, and that those people will stay the way they came in, and that is not a fair adjudication of things, and we should be able to move forward based on circumstances. Like I said, certain people, you come, you want to come, you want to come, you want to come into my website and can see exactly what you can do. Oh well, what do I gonna find there in your website? Well, you see, I went last time in your website and I found some stuff there, but they're all good. You see, last time I went there, and I wasn't able to see what I should really click on in order for me to actually make the payment. Okay, dear friend, do you really look closely? Do you really type the site closely? Are you using the mobile site? No, I don't think that last time I was there, I actually click on donate button, but the button was actually asking me to donate to myself, so I didn't know exactly what to do. Hold on. How come the donate button asks you to donate for yourself, for yourself, or you just didn't want to donate? So it is a crucial thing. When there and see people and everybody wanted to come and talk, it is important. Everyone wanted to be first, wanted to be special, some reason. But for every gift that is out there correspond to a specific responsibility and challenge. And the gift you have, the potential you have, are there for a good purpose. And every path that you reach correspond to every challenges and difficulties that identify, that are linked into that specific path, era and time. You go bigger and bigger, you're gonna get more tougher problem, and that's the problem. If I did have support from people, I should have gone farther. I should have been, I'll be my father, but support should come. It's just that everybody, I gotta let me glean the word free. I don't know. If this is toxin free and so, I'll see in a couple seconds if I don't fail up from here. You call 911 in my place, please. You never see that I'm gonna go on the news. So something happened, you watching me call 911. I greatly appreciate your effort of being a good spy uh, and I hope that you say spy number 3. Oh, spy, no, I'm sorry, spy number 5. No, no, I'm sorry, spy number N. Give your exact position so that you can be traceable. You know. So, my dear friend, I would like to say to eat well, exercise often, reduce your stress. Reduction of the stress will reduce depression, and will also improve the quality of our life, quality of the health, and let's enjoy it, and let's make sure that there's peace for all the public event that's going on. And trust, with that trust nothing can be done. Trust must be maintained, trust must be emphasized, trust must be a focal point. And if there's no trust, there's nothing that can be done among people moving forward. So let's work together, let's go against that evil. Let's be humble people. Let's work with humility and do the right thing for the simple commonality to all humankind, as well as people close to you or close friend and around you. I would like to say to you, I will close this presentation today, and I wanted to say that next week we're going to be covering more special topics that have to do with God agenda, and also government ecology and public health. Before I close, I would like to say to you that don't forget to go on my website and see what you can do. Programs are ready to be launched, and many people know exactly what I'm asking for. Yeah, very clear. I'm very clear, very clear. I'm very clear about that. So let's finish everything up and making sure that everything is done appropriately. All right. So I would like to give that prayer of peace and disease release to many people around the world, making sure that people believe. If they believe, they will receive. You just have to believe and have focus point and focus yourself, and you will receive. It seems very simple. It seems like, okay, the guy will say it's simple. Well, I believe, I don't believe, you have faith, you get there. So auf Wiedersehen, muchacho, and I hope that you guys go to my website. You can also go on Facebook, on Twitter, LinkedIn, Gmail, YouTube, and www.enjoymedfundeat.org or www.charitymedfundeat.org. So go there and surf and see exactly how your participation can assist into the development of this country, development of the United States, and opportunity giving to those who have put some more effort. Okay, so that's the problem, and we have to address it and make sure that we live in a very beautiful, respected, and it will be answered in certain way. That's right. That's right. Is life, life, la, life, life, life. Life, life, la, life, life, life. Life, life, la, life, life, life. It is about life, la, life, life, life. It is about life, la, life, life, life. It is about life. It is about the life of every single one of us. So let's focus that there is a power above all our power, who is in control of the unseen world. So let's work together, build a better, stronger society, a society of peace, mature, clever people that will respect the Creator, the Lord, and we have to make sure that we support those who are doing more effort in the agency, the CM Fit Global, doing his best to maintain it and survive. Pray, have compassion for everyone, even those who don't like you. Have compassion, give your fight to God, give your fight to the universe and to the universal laws. Will take care of it and continue your life. Door will open, window will open, and then people tomorrow will be looking back and say, maybe we misjudged this, and then let's move to the farmer. That's correct. I'm pausing into thing before I can launch into thing, and I'm making sure that I think before I can release any message out there that can go. But let's work together. People are free to contact me, and I said people things are coming, care are coming, and I'm asking to all those people that I'm contacting to start looking how investment can be made, how they can work along with me to transform people's life. There's something good. Those who will come earlier will benefit more, and that's the way it's gonna be. You know, I believe in myself. I believe that I have that juice that is very important. I have that essence that is very important. I have that immense object, immense skill and gift that can be used for life transformation, and people must know that that is the moment. Smart people who can make a big difference. So I'm very, 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 very pleased. I will be very, very pleased to talk to anyone when the time comes, or when I get contacted by someone who need help or we need assistance, we need to consolidate or partner with me in a very positive fashion. Female or male, they all know what I'm talking about. They all know who they are. That spiritual gift in which you can save people, you can save people's soul and bring people's soul here on earth to live a free, good life without losing none of their part. It can be done. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you know there's nothing impossible to this earth. If you put your mind into it, you can get it done, you can get it accomplished. It is very simple as that. Nice talking to you, and enjoy your Sunday, and let's pray to have a more fun and beautiful FIFA World Cup. And for everyone, enjoy, it's just fun. Pray for peace, pray for prosperity, pray for health, pray for a more peaceful and economical and stabilized world. Peace among people, opportunity to everyone. Forgive those who offended you as the same way God forgave you for what you have done to him. You do the same thing. You do to other people what you will have liked to be done into yourself, or what you want to be done into you. So it's important to use the same concept. Thank you, and have a very good end of the weekend and beginning of next week. May God bless you guys.